Hey guys, welcome to White's Power Rangers universe. That's right. Here, I think you know exactly what we're about to do. We are going to review the Lightspeed Rescue Megazords. Wait, Megazords? I only see 5 pieces to one of them. That's right. I was at Sanford Games and Collectibles, and I was able to bargain for. These cost about $200 to $300 if I'm not mistaken. I bargained and offered him $100. Well, he took, just so that he could get rid of some inventory to get more stuff in. He let me give it. He let me have it for $100. So, without any further ado, to show you what I mean by Megazords, this are the Railzords, which are supposed to look like trains. And I don't know if the camera view is going to be able to see the Green Rangers. Yep. Inside of these is the first Lightspeed Rescue Megazord. So now we have all the Zords. Obviously, the most recognizable is the Red Ranger right over here. But obviously, my favorite, the Green Ranger Zords. Because I always go towards the Green and Black Rangers if you guys have been paying attention to this channel. If not, then you better start. So, interesting story. These are my first Megazords ever. But I'm definitely going to collect some more. I know a place called Krypton Comics in Exeter, New Hampshire. At the time, they had a whole bunch. They might possibly still have some, and they were like 35, $40 at the most, 75 for one of them. But yeah, this is a good clutch. I mean, it was basically $50 per Megazord, so around the same price as the ones from Krypton. But since you're getting 2 Megazords, you gotta reasonably price it. So, um, so we'll start with the Red Rangers. These will be reviews, and I'll even show you how to combine all the Zords too. So this video might take some time, but it's definitely worth waiting until the end to change it. So, so here's the Red Rangers Zord. I can't remember what these Zords are called off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look through my research. But yeah, so I think this is a Pyro Rescue Zord anyway. And this is the only one I can remember, so at least I got the Red Rangers correct. So, only problem I have with this is that one of the arms tends to break off easily. I think it's this one. But once you flip this, and then you start to combine it, this arm is when it starts to fall off. But again, I mean, it's been used, so as long as I can turn it into the Megazord with no problems, then that's my only concern about it. So, but it snaps back on pretty easily. I just have to be a little more careful with it, but obviously I was going to do that anyway. So, but yeah, this is a cool Megazord. I haven't really. It's funny because I bought the Lightspeed Rescue Megazords, but I haven't really seen much off the show itself. But what I'm doing right now is I'm going back and I'm watching all the Power Rangers seasons from start to finish. just because I haven't done that in a while. So I figured, might as well go back on my off times and do it. So right now I'm on turbo, so hopefully I'll get to Lightspeed Rescue very quickly. But from what I've heard, it's all very good. Um, so next up we have the Blue Rangers. You'll notice that some parts are actually missing. Not a whole lot, but there's like 2 parts that are missing. One is on here. The Blue Ranger Zord, and then it came with only one of these, but I couldn't see this because these were inside those, and the Rail Megazord was built anyway, so I couldn't see any of these before I actually bought them. But that's okay, because when you build the Megazord, it kind of, let's see, pull these two apart. You have this in the Yellow Ranger and the Pink Ranger Zord, and then it becomes like this blaster thing. But when you're actually building the Megazord itself, what they do is they just store them behind here anyway, so you can't see by first glance that it's missing a piece. So that's at least a relief. So pieces are going to be missing from these kinds of things because they're old, and Power Rangers now is not as big as what it used to be, which is really, really sad because it is such a great show. And I recommend it to any adult, teenager, little kids. I recommend it to everybody because you come from this child who is learning a lot of great lessons from it to, an adult who becomes a Power Ranger geek or Power Ranger nerd like me. And that's literally how I became, You get out of it for a little bit, and then you get out of it from a childhood point, and then you're not even into Power Rangers, and then when you come back, you become an adult nerd. So, I don't know if that's how it is for most people, but I know that's how it was for me anyway. So, but now the Green Ranger Zord, and as you can see, this is actually broken off. You can see that's been broken, but again, that's okay, because what I do is when the head comes up, pull the head. This one actually has the head and not the Red Ranger Zord, unlike most swords. You can just turn it like this, and what it looks like, it kind of looks like a like a earpiece communicator thing, like a Bluetooth thing. Say you're like getting a phone call in your car and you have the earpiece on. That's kind of what it looks like. So I try to keep it like that because I think that's really cool. You find the happy accidents, the stuff that isn't meant to be, but you improvise with it. So, but yeah, the stickers are also kind of falling apart, but that's okay. Like I said, this ain't new. Someone had it before me and sold it to these guys, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll take it," and then we're selling it for $200-300, and I kept seeing it, and I learned what it was and knew I wanted to have it. And then when the guy started talking about, oh, I might sell it for $100, literally 7 days after that, I went back in because it was my day off, and said, would he take $100 for this? And he called up the boss. The boss came. He said, if you're doing cash, I'll do 100. So that's what I did. So now we have the Yellow Ranger Zord, which is super cool. I like the design on this. I like how it's like a big truck kind of deal. So one thing I will say about Yellow Ranger Zords is they do the designs on them very well. You know, the color for like green black rangers, the color is what gets me, but for the design, the Yellow Rangers is always super cool. Whoops. But anyways, yeah, this is one of the legs, and then this part where to flip back, this opens up a little bit, and then you just take the whole thing, stick it right behind. But so that's the Yellow Rangers. One thing that Lightspeed Rescue did, which I completely and utterly respect, is the fact that they made their own ranger. I don't. For some of you who don't know this, and as a reminder for the most that do, what Power Rangers did for Lightspeed Rescue is the Titanium Ranger is not on Super Sentai. They created that Ranger, so because of that, they've been using, Sentai footage, so they couldn't really do much with him, but what they did with him was very good, even though I haven't watched most of it. But that's why a lot of people like the Titanium Ranger, because it's his own thing. So, but anyways, last up, the Pink Ranger Zord. And I like the design on this too. I like how it's an ambulance kind of a deal. You know what? And then what's even better about this is the back opens up. So, and look inside. Kind of looks like the inside to like an empty inside to a real ambulance, which is super cool. And what's funny too is that most of these Pink Rangers, their Zords are mostly white with hints of pink on them. They're not usually pink Zords. So that's always something I've found interesting. So now get a little space here. Now for the Zords to combine. This is what's gonna take a little bit, but let's remember how to do it. So we'll go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, we're gonna go 5, 4, 2, 3, 1 on this. So, all right. So, how to do it? The front goes up, locks in, and then what I showed you before, how this opens, just put it back and just have it stick on there for somehow. Put this part to the side. And then we take the Yellow Ranger Zords and the exact same thing. This goes up, and like I showed you, goes back, folds like that. Keep these kind of even. Now, skip the number 3, go to 2. Pull these like that. These two go like that. And then make this a little easier. 1 and 2. And then this is how the first part of it's supposed to be. It can blast. It's supposed to have 2, but it's only got 1. That's okay. Put it on the right. Then I can find the hole. And then put it on the left. Pew, 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 pew. And then you can easily just store this on the back. So now we'll go 3, the Green Ranger Zord. So usually the Zord goes like this, so pull these back, these two flaps go up. This is going to go up. Actually, no. Let me remember how this goes. The head goes up first. Make things a little easier. The head goes up, which gets this out of the way. And then now you're able to pull these lights back. And that's our Green Ranger Zord. Set that to the side. And it's the head. Now, the Red Rangers. This part, the front, separates, goes like that. And then this back part basically folds into it. Make sure it snaps on. And then if I can remember how to do it. Kind of like that. And then this one's the one I have to be easiest with. You know what? Sometimes what I like to do, even though that's just not good, sometimes what I like to do is just get this ready. And then just snap it back on. Just use that to my advantage. And then what this does is kind of cool because that locks this in. So you see? Locks them in so it can no longer snap off. So, and then these have these little pinchers here that you gotta make sure stay open because they combine onto this. That snaps on there. Sometimes it's silent, so. And then the arms, pull them all back just to show you. Because it's supposed to go, lightning on that, it's supposed to go kind of like that. So, pull these back a little bit. Not that much. And then we'll do the same thing with this arm. And there we go. That is the Lightspeed Megazord, which took only 20 minutes to talk about. So now, close these out. We'll put this one to the side. It's out of the camera view. So, and then now the second one and the last one. Not the last one though, but the last one we're going to be showing. First one, number 1, Red Rangers. And I'm going to tell you right now, it has these connectors so you can make it into like a full train set. I'm not going to do that because this thing might be longer than my bed and I'm not going to chance it. So, now we'll put the camera back. We'll reset that when we're ready to combine this. So number 1, and this one obviously has to have the first piece on it. Number 2 is the Blue Ranger. The camera kind of captures the blue very well on this because the sun is shining in my eyes. And I have a thing for Blue Rangers too because, you know, blue's the color for autism and, you know, I'm autistic. So I always have a special, the Blue Rangers are not typically my favorite, but they do hold a special place in my heart. So because of that. So Green Ranger. And what's interesting about this is the only contraption that opens up from the top. Usually they open, from the side. But because you want to kind of fly in there, you can't really have it go very easily. So then we got the fourth, which is the Yellow Ranger. It's kind of like a ramp, so you can go wee. Make a stunt course out of it. And then finally, number 5, the pink. At least this one has a good amount of pink for what it is, so sometimes you can confuse those for white rangers, but this one is non-confusable, if that's even a word. So now let's combine, because this is probably the biggest Megazord I've ever seen. So first up, very simple. Flap goes up, that goes down, and then this is where we connect the body to, and then again, very simple, just like that. And then just like the other one, there we go, the legs go exactly like that. So now number 3, we're actually doing this in a good order now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, this has a head, which is very interesting, because usually you see Red Rangers Zords with heads. So now pull these go back like this. And then pull this down. And then this whole thing snaps in place like so. And then connect. Maybe connect. Sometimes it takes a minute to really have it snap in place. So let that just fall right there, I guess. So hopefully I'll switch from the mattress to maybe a folding table or something like that, a little harder surface, but this will do for now. So number 2, blue. We push this. So what we do is we push this back, which pops this back piece out, and then this, just lock it in. And then take this off. Oh yeah, reveals a fist. Power to the people. So then you take this piece, snap it on there, and then this part can come out. Shows a bunch of blasters. So set this to the side. And then the Red Rangers is very similar to it. Push it out. Yeah, that snap. Don't like that snap, but I do like that one. Citizen Union. See the fist. I'm trying to make this kind of comedic, that way there's a reason for you to press on this very long video. So then snap. So now we did 5, 4, 3. Now we got maybe I should put it on the right way. And the number 1. Make sure it snaps on. And then, now, I'm not sure if this is how it goes in the show, but I do the head last. He can't see, he's blind. Oh wait, now you can see. And this is the rail Megazord. So, angle these kind of like this. Oh no, you can't see them. So, let me fix this a little bit. You're gonna hear a nice bang. And we'll do it one more time. And then now, I'll just take it off the stand. And voila. The Lightspeed, I should do it this way. You know, old versus new. The Lightspeed Rescue Megazords are now complete. And a review and final thoughts. If you find it, get it. That's all I'm saying. You can't base it off of mine, because mine's got missing parts. So if you base it off of mine, nobody's gonna get it. But my thoughts on this are just that if, you know, things get old, they still look cool, and you improvise with it. Just like, you know, improvise with this a little bit. Now it looks like you might be talking, you know. Whatever you do, do not let them go. So, anyways, if you like this video, which is shorter than I thought it was going to be, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and comment on what your favorite Megazords are. And I'll see you in the next video. And may the power protect you all.